where we connect the dots where the TLC cameras stop shooting. We need to talk, and we need to talk right now, because the information currently spreading regarding Janelle Brown is nothing short of explosive. Forget everything you thought you knew about the post-divorce scene in Flagstaff. We are getting insider reports and piecing together exclusive theories suggesting that the ultimate reckoning is about to take place. This isn't just about going on. This is about leveling the playing field in a way Kody Brown never saw coming. Whispers from sources close to the situation suggest that Janelle is planning an escape, a month-long luxurious excursion that is shaping up to be the straight antithesis of the life she left behind. To fully grasp the magnitude of what is currently happening, we have to go back in time. We have to contextualize the pain that makes this current development so incredibly satisfying for longtime viewers. You cannot understand the importance of Janelle's future without revisiting the deep wounds of the past. We need to talk about that defining catastrophic time in Sister Wives history, the infamous 11-day honeymoon. Let's reset the scene because it is important to this new narrative. When Kody married Robyn, it wasn't a joining of families. It was a hostile takeover masked as a spiritual union. The images at the time were horrifying. Christine had just given birth to baby Truly, who was medically weak and needed her father. The family was already showing cracks financially. Yet, despite the screaming needs of his existing 18 children and 3 wives, Kody and Robyn took critical family resources, both financial and emotional, and disappeared. For 11 days, they vanished into a monogamous bubble, leaving the original wives to fend for themselves, to nurse newborns, and to handle the chaos he left behind. That event was a seismic change. It was the moment the mask fell off. It was the moment Janelle, Christine, and Mary implicitly understood they were no longer partners in a plural marriage, but rather accessories to Kody and Robyn's monogamous fantasy. For decades, Janelle was the pragmatic one, the worker bee, the one who accepted crumbs and tried to tell herself it was a full meal. She sacrificed her own desires, her own financial autonomy, and her own romantic needs for the supposed better good of a family system that was actively crumbling around her. She watched as Robyn got the long honeymoon, the Victoria's Secret bill paid off, and the mansion on the hill while she was living in an RV on a dirt patch, trying to build something out of nothing. But now, fast forward to today, because the tables haven't just turned, they have fully flipped and crushed Kody underneath them. According to emerging theories and intense chatter on the ground, Janelle is not just planning a simple vacation following her claimed recent nuptials to a new guy. We are hearing that she is planning a month-long grand trip. This is what we are calling Vacation 2.0, but this time, it is being done right. We are hearing whispers of possible destinations that scream luxury. We are talking about high-end European tracks. Think 5-star hotels in Paris, exploring the Swiss Alps, or perhaps an extended month-long luxury stay in the most exclusive parts of Hawaii. This is a huge upgrade from the camping trips in cramped trailers that Kody used to try and pass off as romantic getaways for Janelle. But here's where the idea gets incredibly juicy and why our investigative radar is pinging off the charts. Insider speculation suggests this isn't just any random location plucked from a travel brochure. The prevailing theory among deep dive analysts is that Janelle has deliberately chosen a place that Kody has dreamed of visiting his entire adult life. Think about the psychological battle involved here. We know Kody has champagne tastes on a tap water budget, especially these days. For years there were places he reportedly wanted to go, dreams he had of jet-setting like a cosmopolitan man. But he was always held back. Perhaps it was by the sheer number of children. Perhaps by a chronic lack of funds, or as some deep dive theorists strongly think, perhaps these dreams were vetoed by Robyn herself, who didn't want to share those high V-value experiences with the other wives early on. If these stories are true, Janelle isn't just taking a trip. She is seizing the story. She is living out Kody's unfulfilled dream right in front of his face with a new man by her side. It is the ultimate power move. It's a statement that says, I am no longer the one waiting at home. I am the one having the experiences you always felt entitled to, but could never achieve. This trip is shaping up to be a symbolic reclamation of 30 years of missed opportunities. But of course, in the world of the Brown family, happiness for one woman inevitably spells rage for the patriarch. And this is where the story takes a dark and twisted turn. We are now receiving reports that suggest Kody Brown has caught wind of these lavish travel plans, and his reaction has been nothing short of nuclear. According to insiders close to the situation, Kody is allegedly spinning a narrative that is both delusional and deeply manipulative. He is reportedly claiming that Janelle is funding this European or Hawaiian escapade using what he still refers to as family money. Let that sink in for a moment. After years of financial disentanglement, after Janelle famously cashed out her retirement to fund Robyn's entry into the family, after she lived frugally while money was siphoned into the mansion on the hill, Kody reportedly still believes he has a claim to her resources. The audacity here is staggering. Our sources suggest that Kody is livid, accusing Janelle of taking money that should have gone toward paying off the land at Coyote Pass. He is allegedly framing this dream trip not as a celebration of love, but as an act of theft against the family pot. This is classic deflection. We have to look at the financial reality here. Theories have long circulated that Kody and Robyn are drowning in a sea of their own poor financial decisions. We have seen the reports of property taxes. We have seen the accumulation of expensive art and clutter in the mansion. And we know that without the income of 3 other wives, the financial walls are likely closing in on the occupants of the Shiro Chateau. So, when Kody sees Janelle preparing to jet off to a destination he has only ever dreamed of, it doesn't just hurt his feelings, it triggers his deepest financial insecurities. He is reportedly telling anyone who will listen that Janelle has no right to spend this kind of money. He is trying to rally a moral argument that she is being irresponsible and that she is abandoning her duties to the larger picture of the family estate. But here is the critical piece of the puzzle that Kody is missing or perhaps willfully ignoring. This is the twist that changes everything. According to exclusive theories developing from deep within the fandom and potential insider leaks, Janelle isn't spending a dime of the so-called family money. In fact, she might not be spending her own money at all. The narrative twist that is sending shockwaves through the gossip mill is that Janelle's alleged new partner, the mystery man we have been speculating about, is completely funding this expedition. We are hearing whispers that this new boyfriend is not only financially stable, but generous in a way Kody never was. Imagine the blow to Kody's ego if this turns out to be true. For decades, Kody controlled the purse strings. He decided who got the grocery money. He decided who got the housing budget. And he used that financial control as a weapon to demand loyalty and submission. Now enters a man who reportedly doesn't need to control Janelle. A man who wants to spoil her simply because he values her. The details we are piecing together are delicious. There is talk of first-class tickets being booked, not just for comfort, but as a specific statement. In the past, Janelle was the wife who drove the beat-up sedans, who accepted the economy options, who never asked for more. For her to be seen boarding a plane, turning left into the first-class cabin while Kody is arguably stuck in coach, metaphorically speaking, is the ultimate revenge. It destroys the narrative that she needs him. It destroys the narrative that she is bad with money or that she owes the family anything. And let's talk about Robyn's potential role in this reaction, because you cannot have a Kody meltdown without Robyn lighting the fuse. We theorize that Robyn is feeding this frenzy. If Janelle goes on this trip, it highlights exactly what Robyn and Kody are not doing. They are not traveling. They are not expanding their horizons. They are stuck in Flagstaff, bound by their own rules and their own debts. Robyn likely views Janelle's freedom as a personal insult. She might be whispering in Kody's ear that it's unfair, that it's disrespectful to the sacrifices they made, but we all know the truth. The only sacrifice made was Janelle giving up her equity for years to prop up a lifestyle she was never fully allowed to enjoy. This situation exposes the hypocrisy at the core of their dynamic. Kody felt entitled to an 11-day honeymoon when he had nothing. When his family was struggling, he justified it as necessary for the marriage. Now, when Janelle wants a month-long celebration after 30 years of toil, he calls it a waste. He calls it selfish. This isn't about money. This is about control. Kody is realizing he can no longer gatekeeper Janelle's happiness. He can no longer dictate the terms of her life. The juxtaposition is jarring. On one side, you have Kody and Robyn potentially paralyzed by the weight of their assets and their lack of liquid cash. On the other side, you have Janelle light-free and accompanied by a partner who sees her as a priority, not an option. This trip, if it happens as predicted, is a public declaration of independence. It is Janelle saying, I am worth the first-class ticket. I am worth the European trip. I am worth the time and the expense. And the chatter suggests that this boyfriend is doing this specifically to show Kody how a wife should be treated. It is a passive-aggressive power move of the highest order. By treating Janelle like a queen, he is highlighting every single way Kody treated her like a peasant. Every nice dinner, every luxury hotel, every moment of ease on this trip will be a direct indictment of the last 30 years of Kody's leadership. We must also consider the timing. If Janelle is planning this now, it coincides with the complete collapse of Kody's influence over the family. He is losing the narrative war. Every photo Janelle posts from Paris or Hawaii or the Swiss Alps will be analyzed by thousands of fans, and every comment will be praising her and dragging him. He knows this. He is terrified of the public humiliation that comes with his ex-wife living her best life while he stagnates. The theory that he is calling it a waste of money is his only defense mechanism. He has to devalue the trip, because he cannot be part of it. He has to convince himself that Janelle is being foolish, because if he admits she is being happy, he has to admit that he was the obstacle to that happiness all along. This is the crumbling of a narcissist's worldview in real time. He told her she would be nothing without him. He told her there was nothing out there for her. And now she is proving him wrong in the most spectacular high-defin way possible. There is also a fascinating angle regarding the destination itself. If the rumors are true that Janelle chose a place Kody always wanted to visit, it adds a layer of psychological precision to this travel itinerary. It's not just a vacation. It's a reclamation of dreams. Kody likely spent years talking about going to these places, perhaps making empty promises that one day he would take the wives. But he never did. He took Robin for 11 days and left the rest behind. Now, Janelle is taking herself, and she's taking the dream with her, leaving him with nothing but his jealousy and his debt. We are watching a transfer of power. The passport photo was the opening shot. The booking of the tickets was a tactical maneuver, and the trip itself will be the victory lap. But the story doesn't end with Kody's anger. In fact, that is just the beginning of the fallout, because there are other players in this game who have been watching and waiting and are now ready to speak up. We need to talk about the children. We need to talk about the next generation of Browns who are witnessing this battle and picking a side. And their reaction is going to shock you. And this brings us to perhaps the most satisfying chapter of this developing saga. The reaction of the Brown children. If Kody expected his adult children to rally behind his indignation, he has severely miscalculated the room. We are hearing from sources deeply embedded in the family dynamic that the reaction from Janelle's children has been overwhelmingly celebratory. In fact, the theory gaining the most traction is that the kids aren't just supporting this trip, they are actively encouraging it. They are reportedly telling their mother to go to pack her bags and to not look back for a single second. This is a critical pivot point because historically, Kody used the children as leverage. Remember the excuses? He couldn't travel because of the tender-aged children. He couldn't leave for long periods because the family needed him. He used his paternal role as a shield to avoid equitable time with his wives while simultaneously neglecting the emotional needs of his older children. He weaponized their existence to control the wife's movements. If a wife wanted to do something for herself, she was often guilt-tripped into believing she was abandoning the family culture. But now, the script has flipped. Janelle's children are adults. They have seen the inequality. They have lived through the pain of their father's favoritism, and according to insiders, they are looking at this potential honeymoon with Janelle's new partner and saying, finally, they are telling her, do whatever you wish, don't worry about us, we are fine. This is the ultimate rejection of Kody's narrative. He can no longer claim that Janelle is needed at home to hold the family together. Because the family has evolved, the children are independent, and ironically, it is Janelle's new partner who is allegedly supporting that independence. We are hearing whispers that this new man respects the children's autonomy in a way Kody never did. Instead of demanding loyalty or trying to be a patriarch, he is simply being a supportive figure, allowing Janelle to be a mother and a partner without the toxic ultimatums. This is driving Kody up the wall. He is watching his grip on the family loosen finger by finger. He is seeing his ex-wife and his children form a united front of happiness that completely excludes him. And let's circle back to that specific insult Kody reportedly hurled, that this trip is a waste of money. We need to deconstruct this because it is a window into his current psychological state. When a narcissist calls something a waste, what they are really saying is that it doesn't benefit them. To Kody, money spent on Janelle's joy is wasted because it is not being spent on his projects, his property, or his household. But there is a deeper layer here. It is highly probable that Kody is projecting his own financial failures onto Janelle. Consider the theories regarding Coyote Pass. That land sits there undeveloped, a monument to broken promises and poor financial planning. Kody and Robyn are arguably sitting on a mountain of debt with assets that are illiquid and a lifestyle that is costly to maintain. They are stuck. They cannot jet off to Europe for a month. They cannot drop everything and go to Hawaii. They are tethered by their own choices and their own financial constraints. So, when Kody sees Janelle possibly flying first class, possibly staying in 5-star resorts, it triggers a profound sense of inadequacy. He calls it a waste because he cannot afford to call it a reality for himself. This is pure, unfiltered jealousy. It is the jealousy of a man who thought he was the sun around which all the planets orbited, only to realize the planets have left the galaxy and found a warmer sun. He is stuck in Flagstaff in the cold, literal and metaphorical, while Janelle is planning to bask in the sun. The irony is palpable. The man who wanted to be the king of his castle is now ruling over an empty kingdom, while the queen he exiled is living like royalty abroad. Now, we have to talk about the endgame here, because the implications of this trip go far beyond a simple vacation. We are tracking a very specific and exciting theory that is starting to bubble up in industry circles. There is speculation, but persistent, that this honeymoon might serve a dual purpose. Is it possible that Janelle is not just going on a trip, but filming a pilot? Think about it. The audience demand for a spin-off is at an all-time high. Viewers are tired of the gloom and doom of Kody and Robyn's house. They want to see the OG wives thriving. They want to see the revenge body, the revenge life, and the revenge travel. A travel show hosted by Janelle exploring the world, discovering herself, and leaving the past behind would be television gold. It would be the ultimate monetization of her freedom. Imagine the scenes. Janelle in Paris tasting wine without Kody complaining about the cork. Janelle in the Swiss Alps hiking freely without Kody complaining about the pace. Janelle in Hawaii on a beach without Kody worrying about the sand. It writes itself. If this theory holds water, this honeymoon isn't just a trip. It is a business move. It is Janelle launching her own brand separate from the Sister Wives umbrella. It is her establishing herself as a solo entity capable of carrying a show. And if this happens, it is the final nail in the coffin for Kody's relevance. He becomes a footnote in her story, the man who held her back, the man who didn't want to go, while she becomes the woman who went everywhere. It is a narrative arc that no scriptwriter could have planned better. The obedient wife becomes the global traveler. The debt-ridden husband becomes the bitter ex. So, where does this leave us? We are standing on the precipice of a major shift in the Sister Wives universe. The 11-day honeymoon scandal was the beginning of the end for the family. But this 30-day honeymoon 2.0 is the beginning of a new era for Janelle. It is a closing of the loop. It is the universe balancing the scales. Kody had his time. He had his honeymoon. He had his moment in the sun while Janelle sat in the dark. Now, it is her turn. The betrayal he feels is valid only in his own mind because he feels entitled to her eternal suffering. But the reality is, Janelle has served her time. She has paid her dues. She has raised the children. She has balanced the books, and she has kept the peace. And now, she is cashing in the chips. Whether Kody likes it or not, whether he calls it a waste or a scandal, Janelle is moving forward. The passport is stamped, the bags are packed, and the first-class seat is waiting. This is the story of a woman reclaiming her life one frequent flyer mile at a time. It is a story of resilience, of patience, and ultimately of victory. Kody can shout from the rooftops of his mansion about family, money, and betrayal. But his voice is getting quieter and quieter as the plane engines roar to life. Janelle is taking off, and for the first time in 30 years, she isn't checking in with Kody first. We are going to be watching this situation like a hawk. Every social media post, every leaked photo, every sighting will be analyzed right here on this channel. Is she really in Paris? Is the boyfriend really paying for it all? And will Kody finally snap under the pressure of watching his ex-wife succeed? You know, we will be the first to tell you. Do not miss a single update on this developing story, because if these theories are true, we are in for a wild ride. Is Janelle finally receiving the royal treatment she deserves? Is this the ultimate revenge for that 11-day honeymoon scandal? Hit that like button if you think Janelle deserves the world. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you are in the room when the next bombshell drops. The truth is out there, and we are going to find it. Stay tuned.